What's going on? Help for the Godless people. I bet you thought you never hear my voice again on this particular channel. And tonight we've got a very special show for you. Myself, Ren from Renelation/Shitlords Anonymous, and Ishtar from this very same channel will be actually doing a news show for you. Except it's not going to be a CNN. It's going to be MSNBC, my snarky news broadcasting channel. Why? Because fuck mainstream media. We'll figure something out for Fox. I'm probably going to have to either make an acronym for that one, or I'm just going to have to call it the Brox News. I don't know. Anyways, tonight we've got some pretty interesting shit going on. I don't know exactly what they have in store for me, but apparently this show is all about trigger Brockus, piss off Brockus, make him mad, and they know exactly what to do.
Isn't that what every CNN is about now?
Yeah.
Basically, that's pretty much what it is. It shouldn't be called the Cunt News Network. It shouldn't be called CNN. It should just flat out be called Trigger Brockus Hours.
I like the title. Let's do it.
No, we're not doing that. I already have Brockus Rage on Cunt Stream, and then I have Brockus Talks on my fucking channel, which if I ever get it back, I will start doing more of those.
So who else feels like we need to track down the person who did this and do some serious
damage?
Fingernails yanking and smashing of hands.
Yeah, I don't know who exactly. All I know is they're Bulgarian. So blame Lo-Fi, I suppose. I know she's not Bulgarian, but she's close to fuck enough.
Close enough.
She's one of the only Europeans we know that actually is, from that kind of region, like Northern Europeans or that come from the Nazis and all that.
I know a couple of people who are like that. Or from that area, but
I have a weird feeling that you were going somewhere with that, but I'm not sure.
I was, but I'm very tired, and I chugged a frappuccino, so I'm also very wound up now. And I have no idea where I was going with that.
She's both tired and hyper at the same time.
I am. I am a sugared up 5-year-old at a sleepover.
She's typer.
Typer. Exactly.
I don't know why we just invented a new fucking word, but okay, we did. We created a brand new word.
It's the magic of the internet.
Apparently so.
So who wants to talk first?
I guess we can go ahead and go with Ishtar's story first.
Okay, well, since Rob is out actually having a social life, I have covered both news and Florida Man. So, Brockus, what would you like? News or Florida Man?
Let's start off with a laugh. So let's give me a Florida Man.
All right, give me just a second to pull it up. Let's see. This is the one that made me giggle.
Ooh.
Florida man arrested after giving girlfriend a wet willy, cops say. I know, right?
Okay. So are criminals now reverting back to kindergarten?
Hey, that's not a bad thing. And how much damage could a wet willy do?
No, you understand what we have now, right? The opportunity to have the legitimate kindergarten cop. I just want an Austrian guy running around asking people, who is your daddy and what does he do?
That was such a good movie. A Florida man was reportedly jailed after giving his girlfriend what an arrest affidavit described as a wet willy. Per TC Palm, Joseph Snarky? Whatever. Joseph was arrested after cops were called to a home. No, Sireci? Was arrested after cops were called to a home in Fort Pierce August 15th. The girlfriend told police she arrived to the home that day to find Joseph drunk on the living room floor. After going with her and her daughter to another location, the girlfriend reportedly said Joseph continued to drink and behave belligerently. At some point, the affidavit says Joseph gave his girlfriend a wet willy, a squirm-inducing joke in which the prankster licks his finger and puts it in a victim's ear. The girlfriend was evidently displeased. Really? The cops arrived and later charged Joseph with battery. I don't know about you guys, but I hate wet willies.
I mean, they're not my favorite thing in the world, but I'm not going to call somebody... I'm not going to call the cops on somebody for giving me a wet willy. I'm just going to, I don't know, punch him really fucking hard, possibly in the dick.
Yeah, that's not a cops thing. Like, you think the cops would have laughed at them, like, what? He gave you a wet willy, and you want us to what? No.
I feel like it's dumb, but I don't know. That's dumb. Yeah, it's very dumb. He gave me a wet willy. So you call the cops on him? Yes. How drunk are you? Barry. All right. Arrest her too.
I'm back.
Oh, okay. I just
not quite the laugh you were hoping for.
No, it's because it's confusing me. It's like she gets a wet willy. She doesn't like it, so she calls the police on him, and he gets arrested for it.
Mm-hmm.
I think the cops in Florida are also on meth. Just throwing that out there.
Maybe.
How long was I muted?
I don't know.
A few seconds, a minute.
Okay.
I'm not sure.
All right, just making sure. Apparently, we are freaking Sparky out. All of us being here.
Okay.
All right, so I have another one that should make you scratch your head, Brockus.
Well, we're gonna hand it over to Ren, and then come back to you, and you're gonna do a twofer right after Ren.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Dog owner who used pet sitting service says he found shirtless men, lube in his living room.
What?
A dog owner in Colorado claims when he used a pet sitting service to care for his dog while he was away, he came home to find shirtless men and a bottle of lubricant and a camera in his living room.
That's the part that got me going, what? Because it's like, all right, dog sitting services, fantastic. You basically get the keys to my house to come and make sure my dog is fed, walked, watered, played with, all of that stuff, because I'm going to be gone for a long time. No one expects to come home to a porn fucking scene that's, about to go horribly wrong.
Yep.
Continue.
Cleet Keller of Colorado Springs told Fox 21 that upon his return on Monday around 1 a.m., he came home to several strange things, and his dog nowhere visible in sight. That's the only good part. Two shirtless men were sitting on his living room couch. When he asked them to leave, he noticed there was an open bottle of personal lubricant and a camcorder on the end table. Jimbo, Keller's dog, was reportedly found locked in a bedroom where he was sitting in his own urine. Oh, poor doggy. It's pretty self-explanatory what's going on, Keller said. There's is also what I can only assume are bodily fluids on the couch.
Ew.
That's nice to come home to.
I would just burn the house down.
I think I just burned the couch.
Just
That's
burn it
new
all.
couch time.
Start over.
It's new house time, actually. I would set everything on fire. You don't know what else he may have done.
I mean, he could have been in your bed.
Could have done things to your bed. Not just in the bed, like, on above the covers, maybe mess it up a little bit. No, he could have legitimately cut a hole into the mattress and fucked it. And you'd never know.
It's
It gets funny. The unidentified dog sitter, who Keller said he learned was showering in his house when he got home, told the news station she didn't have any knowledge of bodily fluids on the couch, and she added she used the lubricant to remove her keys, which were stuck in her car.
'Cause that's what you use that for.
With two shirtless men on the couch and a camcorder. Yeah, totally. You were only getting your keys out.
Sure, I'll buy that for $1.
Don't buy anything from that person for $1, Ishtar. Are you not understand? He was shirtless, camera, lube. Things are going wrong in that living room. Wait, where was the dog in all of this?
The dog was locked in the bedroom.
Okay. Oh, I for
know.
some reason was a little worried that this went to a dark, dark place and that dog will be traumatized for the rest of its life because it probably... Is that the picture of the dog? I was not looking at the
That's
screen.
the dog.
Oh, I want to play with him.
Yes. Luckily, that's what I thought too, but luckily the dog was in a bedroom. He may have seen some things, but no one used the dog for anything.
Well, that's good. Just, do not show that dog the peanut butter trick. It is the worst trick ever. I will show my girlfriend the peanut butter trick, but I will not show my dog.
So yeah, and he was sad because he used a service called WAG and apparently had tried to pick someone who had 4 stars or above as their rating, but didn't get what he was expecting. And the company has suspended the dog sitter.
Yeah, okay. How does it say in the article anywhere that this was done through an agency or through a person?
It's an app that apparently does do background checks, and they basically try to find people who are, they do the full background check and everything. So this is a place that vets everyone who works for them.
Apparently they didn't vet this guy enough because this dude was filming gay porn.
Woman.
Either that,
Woman.
or
It's a
was
woman.
Either that, or she was a really good actress. Hence the video camera.
For some reason, I thought this entire time it was actually a man, and like it was gay sex going. You know what? I retract.
It was a woman having a threesome with 2 men, apparently.
Okay. See, I don't know what's going on with my hearing. I'm not hearing the correct information, and now I need to go further into the story. Do they show pictures of this woman?
No, she is left unidentified, and the company is now doing an investigation into her to see if this wasn't the first time this happened.
I would laugh my ass off if it turns out that this was actually a porn star, an amateur porn star, not a lesser-known porn star, but a porn star who does this type of job on the side, but still needed to do a little bit of extra money and might have been broadcasting or something. I don't know. It's like I have a bunch of different things going on in my head, and I'm hoping that this chick is actually at least mildly attractive and not some busted ass looking hobo looking chick off the street, because that would be just slightly more disturbing if Granny was getting gangbanged in your living room while your dog is locked in a bedroom somewhere and you trusted this person to dog sit for like X amount of time. Because I would be very disturbed at that point. Not my granny, but it's somebody's granny.
I'm just more disturbed with her excuse of the lube was to get my car keys out of my car. Totally.
That's not even a convincing story. You know?
No.
I mean, wow.
I just think that woman didn't think she'd get caught. Like, why are you showering with 2 shirtless men downstairs with a camcorder and lube, knowing if the owner's coming home? He's coming home to a weird sight.
And you gotta wonder, did she not know when he was coming back? Did he not say, hey, I'll be home Friday afternoon?
It was like Monday morning, 1 a.m., so maybe she might have forgotten, like, oh, I'm coming home late.
She was probably high on something, definitely.
Most likely.
Yes.
It is Colorado.
True. So, yeah.
Is there any correlation to acid?
They do not mention drugs.
Okay.
Though I would not be shocked.
Okay. I'm pretty sure that these people were high.
Optimus says, if you need lube to get your keys out of the ignition, you shouldn't license.
Yes.
I'm gonna guess he said you shouldn't have a license.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was obviously a typo. Maybe he was typing because he wanted to get the joke out real fast, and he just so happened to miss that one word. People just disturb.
Oh, well, don't worry. My next article is not a people.
Ooh.
I'm a little worried, Ishtar, because the next article actually is going right to you.
Yes, I know. Are you ready?
I'm not, but apparently I should be.
Zafar, the sexually frustrated dolphin, shuts down beach in France.
Okay. So let me just go ahead and explain to everybody here that we all know that dolphins have a really bad rape tendency. Seriously, feminists and SJWs and extreme left-leaning psychopaths, if you truly want to look at our rape culture, look to the ocean. That's where it is.
It's graping.
There's a whole lot of purple going on in the fucking Pacific and Atlantic right now. All right, you need to stop looking at adult male men all the fucking time, unless of course they're Muslim, in which case it's a 50-50 fucking coin flip at this point with how much rape going on. Anyways, no, it's just we know where this story is going. The sexually frustrated dolphin shuts down a beach. How much graping happened in this article? Ishtar, continue.
The 3-meter-long, 10-foot bottlenose dolphin, nicknamed Zafar by locals, started off as a friendly attraction in the Bay of Brest. Yes, that's the name of it, B-R-E-S-T, according to the Telegraph. The bay had become the dolphin's hangout of choice for the last couple of months, and he would often amuse people on boats by playing around them, and would sometimes even let swimmers hold onto his fin and swim with him. But lately, Zafar has been caught misbehaving. The dolphin had developed a habit of rubbing up against both people and boats, a sign he may be in search of, well, sex. He also lifted one woman into the air with his nose, and in another case, refused to let a swimmer go back to shore, according to the BBC. That swimmer had to be rescued. Zafar's behavior got so bad that the mayor of one of the bayside towns, Landevenec, I'm not sure if that's how it's pronounced, but close enough, issued a bylaw banning swimming and diving whenever Zafar's presence is confirmed, according to the BBC. Getting within 50 meters of the dolphin was also banned. Though Zafar hasn't been too aggressive, a specialist at a Brest aquarium told the BBC that the dolphin could potentially cause unintentional harm with his tail fin. Dolphins are known to have recreational sex with other dolphins throughout the year and don't have specific time points for mating, according to the Telegraph. But sometimes that sexual energy is directed towards other species, including humans. Indeed. Indeed, such sexual behavior from dolphins hasn't gone undocumented. In the 1960s, NASA funded an experiment to teach dolphins how to make human-like sounds and learn English. Didn't they make a movie about this? The Incredible Mr. Limpet. He taught dolphin Mr. Limpet. At the end of the movie, he was teaching dolphins how to speak.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That doesn't sound weird at all. Sure.
No. It's a good movie, though. Though most trainers would work during the day and leave at night, one trainer, Margaret Howe Lovett, decided to take it one step further and live in the facility with a dolphin named Peter, according to a 2014 article in The Guardian. But Peter soon began showing sexual interest in Lovett, rubbing himself against her knee, foot, or hand. Eventually, when the experiments ended, Peter was transported to another facility, where he allegedly committed suicide by consciously not taking another breath. A vet told The Guardian that it was most likely because of a broken heart.
Oh. Sure. I don't think it was a broken heart. Pretty sure he was just really, really, really mad that he couldn't grape that bitch anymore.
Well, it doesn't say that he actually had intercourse with her, just that he, rubbed himself against her.
He sure as fuck was trying. I'm pretty sure there were way too many goddamn audience members for him to give it a full go. Just looking around like, all right, there are too many goddamn witnesses. I can't actually attack her with all these eyes on me. I need everybody to turn around. Just don't look here. Just don't look in this pool. All right, fuck it. I'm just gonna rub up on this bitch.
I'm getting my romance on here, people. Go away. Leave us alone. Someone turn on some Barry White.
Yeah. I think that's what the Dolphins are probably doing when you know they're the dolphin call and all that shit, and they're all super happy when their female trainers are showing up and everything. It's because they're asking him, "Do you want this dolphin D?"
Mm-hmm. Do you want it? You want it? You sure?
I want to give it to you. I want to give it to you.
Wait, I just realized something very disturbing about this. So one of the co-hosts for CNN from quite some time ago was Dolphin Radio, and we would consistently make a bunch of raping jokes, only to a few months later have a legit Florida man raping story from Rob, and now we have a dolphin raping story. There's a theme here, and it disturbs me.
Well, Dolphin Radio was really good at making mead that could get women really drunk.
Well,
maybe that dolphin developed a new skill.
That's possible.
Is there anything more to the dolphin raping?
No, fortunately, there was no list of his conquests, and no one has made a star-crossed lovers movie about that yet.
Oh, Vegas is suggesting Brockus dolphin erotica.
No, you guys keep that shit to yourselves. You hells to the fuck no. Look, here's. Does no one else find it funny that this dolphin is basically the oceanic version of Debo from fucking Friday? As soon as they hear his squeak coming down the fucking ocean, waves and shit like that, everybody just screams out, "It's Debo!" and they run and hide or just get back on shore.
No swimming. He's here.
Yeah, don't go in
He's
the water.
here.
The rapist is here. Oh god! All right, Ish, you got another story to follow up with that one because you're going to go for two since you're reading two different sets.
All right. Well, since we just had a science quote unquote one,
that was science.
That was science.
That was from Live Science.
Okay.
Florida restaurant no longer allows Monkey Mondays after animal bit 8-year-old boy.
You know what? That boy had to come and fuck that.
Probably. Monkeys are always correct. A restaurant in Florida has canceled its weekly Monkey Mondays after a customer's pet monkey bit a child's finger. Carrabba's Italian Grill in Stuart, Florida. Okay, I got to interrupt myself here. Of all the restaurants that I would have pictured doing like a Monkey Monday, Carrabba's was not it. I figured it was like a themed restaurant or a Disney thing. That was not it. Carrabba's Italian Grill in Stuart, Florida started the exotic pet-friendly tradition when a local couple would bring their 2 monkeys to the restaurant and eat on the patio. The waitstaff started calling the weekly practice Monkey Mondays, the Miami Herald reported. However, those days are over after a 9-month capuchin named Jojo bit an 8-year-old boy on the finger. The incident reportedly happened July 16th when the boy, Jackson, tried to grab Jojo trying to play. The monkey bit the boy's pinky, leaving a small cut on his hand. Jackson was taken to the hospital, but released after doctors cleaned his wound. The Miami Herald reported that before the monkey bit Jackson, the couple warned Jackson's father that Jojo was being hyper and Jackson should be careful. The couple, who owned 4 other monkeys in addition to Jojo, were cited by the Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission for not having an up-to-date rabies vaccine for Jojo and for owning an exotic pet that bit someone. Since the incident, Carrabba has changed his policy to only allow service dogs and ponies on the patio.
Okay. Well, first of all, it is a nationwide law, as far as I understand it. I don't know if it actually is different in different states, different counties, and whatnot. But as far as I can actually remember, you cannot deny a service dog entry into any location, which only makes that airport story of the service dog, that the potential service dog that fucking died because the stewardess is being a cunt. There are a few stories out there. If you really want to get pissed the hell off, go and watch these very fucking wrong human beings mistreating the shit out of people with their service dogs. Their service dogs are service dogs for a fucking reason, and because these people cannot handle an animal being where people are, they lose their shit and things sometimes go wrong and stuff like that. And it's all kinds of fucked up. But you cannot deny a service dog or a service animal entry into any public fucking facility at all. So of course they're going to still allow like service dogs and service, yes, they do exist, cats, entrance and stuff like that. But apparently monkeys and exotic animals are gone, which is bullshit, because I was going to try to convince them to do Tiger Tuesday, where I go and I hang out with a fuck group of tigers and shit like that, and probably die, because let's be honest, they're tigers. They're going to kill me.
Yeah, you'd probably make a pretty good meal for tigers, probably a couple meals. But what gets me is that they're punishing the people who own the monkey, even though the people with the kid were warned that the monkey is hyperactive, so maybe the child should have fucking kept his hands to himself.
Yeah, that's actually one of the most annoying things about these particular stories. I fucking hate this shit because, let me just explain. If you have an animal that might be acting up in a facility that is a public facility, all that stuff, blah, 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 and you warn the parents of children, hey, these animals are being a little bit on the ornery side. Don't let them anywhere near the animals and stuff like that. They can still watch the show. They can still enjoy themselves. They can't go too close to the animals because the animal might attack and stuff like that. Well, blame the fucking child. I understand it's just a child, but blame the fucking child, not the goddamn monkey. I understand he's 8, but 8-year-olds fucking understand shit, all right?
I mean, he's 8 years old. You are old enough to understand. Oh, yeah. Be careful. Keep your hands to yourself.
But then again, those parents were probably fucking retards anyways. They were probably told, hey, the monkey's acting up. He's being very hyper, so you might want to watch him around little Timmy. And the fucking dad was like, how dare you fucking tell me how to raise my child? Timmy, go and pet that monkey.
Either way, it was a tiny cut. It's not like the kid lost his finger. The doctors probably cleaned it with a little alcohol and put like a Thomas the Tank Engine Band-Aid on his finger and said, go home, be happy. But this, okay, somebody did comment on this that I actually am going to read to you because I think it's highly humorous. It said, Monkey Mondays are canceled, but these days are still available. Tiger Tuesdays, Weasel Wednesdays, Tasmanian Devil Thursdays, Falcon Fridays, Scorpion Saturdays, Sundays they're closed.
I like this, yeah.
Yeah.
I like that setup. Except I will not be there on Saturdays. Fuck you. Scorpions, no. I don't do insects in general. I'm not a fan of bugs. I'm not a fan of arachnids. I'm not a fan of insects. I'm not a fan of anything that basically it has an exoskeleton. I don't like any of that shit. And scorpions are nothing more than, as Schmeckel consistently puts it, armored spiders with a weapon. No.
Very true.
I'm not doing it. I'm not going anywhere fucking near scorpions. Look, when I was a kid, I actually was afraid of snakes. All right. They freaked me the fuck out. I almost got bit by a rattlesnake. It was a very, fucking, I guess you could say traumatizing situation for me, but I was scared out of my fucking mind. I was a kid. Okay. And I almost got bit by a baby rattlesnake. That would have actually involved death for me, because anyone who knows anything about snakes, baby snakes that have venom will unload every drop of their venom into whatever they bite, because they don't know how to just bite, put in a little, and then release. They're still learning shit. So they don't know these things, and it would have caused my death as well as its death, because I would have basically overdosed on fucking snake venom and shit. So I didn't have I used to hate snakes all the fucking time. If you had a snake anywhere near me, I would freak the fuck out. I don't know how, I don't know why, but one day I woke up and I eventually went and hung out with some friends. I know this guy has a pet snake. I was standing right next to the fucking snake cage, or the little aquarium thing that he had for the snake and everything like that. And as soon as I saw the snake, my immediate mind went, "Oh, look at the cute little noodle." Huh. Guess I'm not afraid of snakes anymore.
Cute little noodle.
But I still hate insects. I hate bugs. I don't like them. They're just gross to me. Fuck off. Also, flies have basically pissed me off my entire life, and I want to eliminate them entirely.
Well, is it because
flies?
Well, orcs are really just catnip for flies. What do you expect, Brockus?
I expect them to leave me the fuck alone when I swat at them like 500 times. Same with the mosquitoes. Instead
of swatting at them, try and smash them.
I do try and smash them. I'm an orc. I'm not that fast.
Oh. Well, quick anecdote for you. When I was like 7, my parents and I lived in southern Texas, and they were building a house. And one day I was on the built porch with my sister and flipped open the outdoor electrical thing where you plug in for like power cords outside. And I pulled my hand away and I felt something on it. I looked down and there was a scorpion on my finger. Apparently my scream was so loud it brought my parents from the other side of the house.
Yeah, it was a scorpion.
The scorpion was gone by the time they got there, probably because I was flinging my hand around like a lunatic. So they had no idea what was going on.
I will be very honest right now. If that had been me and I had a scorpion on me like that, I would have screamed like Jonah Hill in Accepted.
You would have screamed so loud they'd have heard it on the International Space Station. He's not denying it.
No, he's not. I'm willing to bet he's actually kind of proud of it.
Probably.
I mean, that scream could probably be measured by science as an audio weapon. Hey, Brockus, for science, would you let us put a scorpion on your hand so that we can record the scream?
Hell to the no, no. I will keep playing that.
It's for science, Brockus.
No.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm fucking sure. Don't ever put certain breeds of. Don't put a spider near me. Don't put a scorpion near me. I will do everything in my power to crush that thing. If you have a pet tarantula, never bring it around me. If you have a pet tarantula and you will let it sometimes walk around freely in your room because it only ever really goes to certain areas and shit like that, you keep your pet tarantula inside its fucking terrarium or whatever the hell it is. I don't care what you keep the goddamn thing. Keep it the fuck in there and then hide that bitch, all right? Make it think it's going to go to sleep for a long fucking time because I don't even want to see that motherfucker. I will set your house on fire if you have pet insects. I will burn that place to the ground. I am fine with reptiles and amphibians. I am okay with birds. I love dogs. There are a bunch of different types of exotic animals and pets that you can have that I will be very cool with. Insects and bugs are not in that category. I will set your shit on fire.
So what you're saying, Brockus, is you're mildly disturbed by bugs.
I hate them. I hate bugs.
Just a little bit?
I blame it on Indiana Jones, to be honest. But yes, I do not like insects. I fucking hate them. I'm very disturbed by them.
I bet.
I mean, it's not to the point where I'm just going to scream like a bitch and run away or anything like that. I go into instant kill mode and just try to kill every single type of insect I see around me.
Well, you may want to reconsider your tolerance for bugs because Antoine says they're setting up a GoFundMe for you to do this for $1,000.
No. There's no you can try to raise the money all you want. It's not happening.
Not even for $1,000. Imagine how many geek stuff you could buy for $1,000.
Imagine how many what?
All the geek stuff for $1,000.
Yeah, it'd be great and everything like that. I probably wouldn't get geek stuff because most likely I would use it to, like, you know, buy things that I actually need, like food.
Okay, all the food for $1,000.
I don't want to think about all the food for $1,000 because my fat ass will gain the weight that I recently lost real damn quick.
Aw. Do you want to hear about something that could possibly help fight disease, Brockus?
Please don't tell me it's anything bug related, because if you tell me that this is
It's not
cockroach
bug related.
milk,
It's not bug related.
okay.
All right. Baby poo probiotic cocktail could help fight disease, says scientists.
Oh.
I'm sorry, could you repeat that real quick?
Baby poo probiotic cocktail could help fight disease, says scientists.
Yeah, I'm looking at the screen as you read this out, and very, very, very disturbed by this article.
Oh, why?
The fact that it starts with baby poo and then it goes into probiotic. Once you said baby poo, you've lost my interest. And then if you try to say it could help fight, no, fuck off, okay? That's where I'm crossing lines, okay? You're officially, you don't cross this line because I will punch you in the fucking mouth.
Oh, but the probiotic cocktail made from gut bacteria strains found in baby feces could improve overall health and help weight loss.
Oh, no, what? No, what? No, what? Ew, no! What is a probiotic, by the way? I'm actually...
It's good bacteria that helps you poop.
Oh, okay. Oh, wow. Those yogurt commercials seem really, really awkward now.
Yes, the yogurts that help keep you regular they contain extra stuff to help you poop.
I just was not expecting Activia to do commercials about something that's going to help you poop.
Yes.
All right.
The study was done on mice, so no people have had this yet. But they are saying that there is a chance, quote, that people with diabetes, obesity, autoimmune disorders, and cancers frequently have fewer short-chain fatty acids. Increasing them may help in maintaining or even restoring normal gut environment and improving health. So they're testing to see if baby poop could be used to make a cure for diseases.
Science was a mistake, and so was I.
What?
We should just have reverted. We need to go back in time to before we had actually created the scientific method and just start beating each other with clubs again. We just need to go back to those times. Those are good times, people. Those were good times. We didn't look to poo for the answers to cure shit.
But what if
no pun intended.
But what if baby poop really does have the cure for diabetes?
Die?
You wouldn't want the cure for diabetes?
Nah, not if it involves getting a dirty diaper. That's how you get it. How did you cure diabetes? Baby shit. The baby poops, and we take it and we put it in people. It's disgusting. I don't understand why science has to go this gross in their shit. Like, the science has recently discovered that a healthier type of milk for you that's chock full of protein and the calcium that you need is actually within cockroaches. Maybe fucking don't do that. That's disgusting. You guys need to fuck off with that shit, okay? It's gross enough. I'm already grossed out whenever people remind me that most likely the food that I eat that I get at the store is probably contaminated with fucking cockroach shit and other kinds of other insect leftovers and insects. Dude,
don't
this
ruin
is
food for me like this.
It is a common thing. Everyone in the fucking world knows and remembers that sometimes shit gets in your food.
Nope, I do not remember this. I block it out because it will ruin food for me.
I forget and or ignore it for the most part. But no, it's just science keeps going too goddamn far. Let's look into baby poop. Why would you need to? First of all, who the fuck was so goddamn bored that they thought, you know what? I'm gonna look at the baby shit and see if I can find something for something. Like, did they have a motivation to look into the baby shit, or was it just, you know, one scientist was changing their baby's diaper at one point, and all of a sudden they had this thought, Eureka! Baby poop could cure things. No, what the fuck? What is wrong with you fucking people?
I don't know. Maybe they're trying to put a spin on how something so cute as a baby could produce something so disgusting as baby poo. And, you know, trying to justify it somehow. That maybe there's a healthy thing in it. So, I don't know. I'm reaching here. Help me out.
These people have been reaching for far too long, so I'm just going to let you have it. I'm going to allow it.
All right. It is allowed.
We done with the baby poo story? Is there more?
Yes, we're done with baby poo story.
Okay, good. God, all right. Ishtar, bring us back with something. You got a Florida man, you got a science story. I don't care which. Just give me something to take my mind off the baby poop.
Okay. So I actually have two things that I think might bring your mind off of it. It's just, would you like the science first or the Florida first?
Science.
Science. One conspiracy theory at a time. Flat earthers don't reject climate science.
I regret this now.
A screenshot that appeared on subreddit r/facepalm on Tuesday, August 28th, received more than 39,000 upvotes. In it, someone tweets at the Flat Earth Society's official Twitter handle, "Okay, real question, but do you guys believe in climate change?" The Flat Earth Society's account replies, "Certainly. It would be nothing short of irresponsible to question something with so much overwhelming evidence behind it and something that threatens us so directly as a species." I'm going to just pause and let that sink in for just a moment.
Can we just purge the world of the flat earthers now? So, not earlier today, while I was playing World of Warcraft and achieving certain achievements because I had missed some things and was fucking mad that I had missed these things, and I think it's because I was in such a rush to get my shaman to 120 that I completely forgot to continue to rep grind for my warrior, and so I was a little upset about a lot of things. So when I play, though, I like to have background noise, not just the gameplay and stuff like that. I like to hear the dialogue and action stuff, but I usually have my headphones rest on my shoulders, and I watch YouTube videos. This is how I've consumed so much YouTube in such a short amount of time. And earlier I was watching a video. It was actually a live stream. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Jeff Holliday's channel and his Wingnuts Roundup show.
Have not heard of it.
Oh, it's actually pretty fucking cool. I do recommend everybody go over to Jeff Holiday, subscribe to him, and actually tell him that Brockus sent you. But if you don't like Jeff Holiday for one reason or another, fine, whatever. You don't actually have to go and do it. If you've never heard of Jeff Holiday, if you are completely oblivious to who Jeff Holiday is, I do suggest going and giving his channel a chance because he does do a lot of anti-pseudoscience stuff. Flat Earth, of course, is definitely on the list there. And earlier, he did earlier this week, he did a Wingnuts Roundup. God damn it. It's a live stream where he sits there for about 2 hours and showcases crazy people for over the entirety of a month's time period and shit. He shows you videos, he debunks what they're saying, stuff like that. Well, he had two foreigners from some Scandinavian ass country eating raw fucking cow balls. And one of them was wearing a Flat Earth shirt. And I'm just like, of course the Flat Earthers are eating raw nut sacks. Why wouldn't they be? They're already crazy. Might as well eat crazy food too. I just wanted to throw that out there that Flat Earthers are eating raw ball sacks nowadays. So there you go, people. This is the people that some people think are credible in what they believe. No. Continue, Ishtar. Sorry about interrupting.
No, it's fine because not only were you apparently blowing a gasket, but Antoine.exe experienced a 404 error and has failed. So, yeah, apparently it's not just you. Okay, cool, responded the original tweeter. The screenshot is real, dating back to a July 25th exchange. As the conversation noted in May, Flat Earth Society President Daniel Shenton has said in the past that he accepts the science of human-caused climate change. This makes him sort of a mirror image of certain powerful policy figures in the U.S., the conversation added, like former White House Communications Director Anthony Scaramucci, Anthony, who accepts that the Earth is round but rejects the science for demonstrating that humans are responsible for climate change. One conspiracy theory at a time. Okay, I'll read it again, Antoine. The Flat Earth Society's account replies, certainly, it would be nothing short of irresponsible to question something with so much overwhelming evidence behind it and something that threatens us so directly as a species. So yeah, basically, yeah. I honestly have no words for this.
I don't want to have words for this. Anytime you mention flat earther, I immediately I throw all reason out the window. No, actually, I hold on to my reasoning and I hold all fucking civility. I throw it out the fucking window because I cannot have a rational thought with these people in the area because they legitimately believe one of the dumbest fucking things in the world. You know how this all got started, right? Somebody was really high one day back in the 1960s and thought to themselves, hey, how do we know the earth is round anyways? Stop it. Stop your shit. You cut it out. Right now. Cut that shit out right now.
Are you about to have a coronary over there, Brockus?
I'm pretty sure there was a blood vessel popped in my goddamn brain already. I am seeing red in my left eye only.
What would you like to hear about how a Florida couple built a drive-through window at mobile home to sell drugs?
1 second. Ren, how many stories you got over there?
I have 3 more.
3 more. We're going to jump over to Ren's and then we're going to come back for a twofer for you. I want them to be double Florida man, Ishtar.
Double Florida man. Coming up.
When we come back to you, we're going to go over to Ren right now. I don't know what to fucking think right now. My brain hurts.
All right. Mom creates a rose gold vagina cast in bid to give women more confidence in the bedroom.
Read that one more time, please. One more time.
Mom creates rose gold vagina cast in bid to give women more confidence in the bedroom.
I just wanted to confirm you said those words before I look at the screen, read it for myself, and son of a bitch, it's true!
She's even got a picture of it.
She framed it all nice and everything.
Mm-hmm.
You blur that image out right now. You take that off the screen, you sick fuck. I don't want that. I don't think the audience should not be fucking subjected to this shit.
Yeah.
Don't highlight
it. Bobby Jillians, 34, has been inundated with requests after launching her rather unusual idea, and she hopes it will get women talking about their private parts. She believes it could save lives by giving women confidence to go for smear tests. She hopes the cast will make people more confident talking about their bits and pieces. The human body shouldn't be a taboo subject.
Are they solid gold? Or is it just like gold plated?
I'm guessing solid gold. And not just that, the single mom of 2 has plans to launch casting parties where friends can get together over a bottle of wine, and have their bits molded. Doesn't that sound like a fun time, Ishtar?
Okay, being in the jewelry industry and having done casting, you really, really, really do not want to have amateurs casting anything as sensitive and delicately balanced as your hoo-ha. Because if you're basically taking plaster and you're slathering it all over those particular areas. And plaster hardens when it dries and it grips things.
Mhm.
Now imagine if you are not perfectly bare down there and that plaster hardens and you try to remove it.
You got Brazilian too.
The screams of agony. Right, that's just what's going through my head. The lawsuits would be insane.
Oh, and not just that, this single mom is casting other women. Not trained, but she's doing it. She believes that her project will show no two are the same, giving women more confidence in the bedroom and on the doctor's table. I've never been nervous with the doctor.
If you're
I've been
nervous
with the doctor plenty of times. I recently had surgery.
Well, yes, but
that's a good reason to be nervous.
Broken soldier. You had shoulder issues.
That's a good reason to be nervous. But I don't know about you, Ren, and other ladies in the chat, but if you are nervous going to the doctor to look at your lady bits, you need to find another doctor.
Or maybe find one you're comfortable with. Some women some people I've known, they only like going to male doctors. Some women only like going to female doctors. Find who you're comfortable with.
Tom Leach, yes, you are absolutely correct. But I'm talking about people who are not trained and are thus stupid.
Yes. Oh, yeah. And the best part of this article, and it's one of the very last, or close to the last lines, I think. No, but it's just one of the lines I like best. The vagina casts were actually designed to be in the bedroom. They make a fantastic Valentine's Day or Christmas gift if people are looking for something a bit different.
You know what's going to happen? It's going to be all the rage in Hollywood, and all we're going to hear is about how this star or that star got their hoo-haws cast, and it's going to be in different colors. It's going to be in yellow. It's going to be in white gold or platinum. They're going to get, gemstones and just put it right where the clit should be. It is going to be a thing.
Yes.
This woman is brilliant.
And this woman has also had men contacting her to have their balls cast. Does that interest you, Brockus?
What? No. No.
Why not?
Unless it's a joke that I'm playing some kind of funny prank on a friend of mine, which I would totally do. Not lying about that, actually. I have teabagged several of my friends in the past because they passed out with their shoes on at a party after having dicks and all kinds of other horrible things drawn on their faces and such.
Classic.
Hey, it's a party foul, and we play by fucked up rules here in Southern California.
Note to self.
Anyways, so yeah, I would do shit like that, as a prick, but I wouldn't legitimately have my ball sack, my potatoes fucking actually put on display for the world to see. Like, I'm so proud of my balls. Look at that. No, don't look at my balls unless I've whipped them out because I'm clearly drunk and I am now about to teabag a friend of mine. Quick, get your cameras.
Yes. Turns out this woman owns a company called Casting Time. Most of the time, she uses the same stuff that dentists use for dental impressions. So I don't know what that is. Most of the time, what she does is paw prints from dogs, pregnancy bellies, or like babies' hands and footprints. So she does the usual, look, here's the baby's hands permanently done. Now she's just moved on to genitals as an added thing.
The baby's hand and feet thing in bronze and all that stuff, that's cute. That's adorable. We as parents, we love to show these things off because it's, look at how small Sally's hand and feet were when she was a baby. Oh, she was only 2 weeks old when we did this. She's so cute. Now she's a cunt. But she was so cute then. Oh, I love her so much.
Don't lie. You would do that with puppy prints just to show off. This is how small the puppy used to be. Look at his little puppy prints.
I am unashamed that I'm most likely going to be a pet dad at some point in the future, because I don't think I'm ever actually going to find that one woman, have kids with, and all that shit. So my kids will end up being my dogs and cats and shit like that. And yeah, you're fucking right. I would actually put a pit bull puppy's paw print when he's a puppy. And put it on. Look at Mr. Beefy's paw print when he was so small, so cute. Oh, look at him. He's so cute and adorable. Now he's this big 300-pound ball of death who cuddles everyone. He's still fucking adorable, but he's just not as small as he used to be. And when he jumps at my fucking body, I have to cover my balls immediately. Otherwise, it's a torpedo shot straight to the nutsack.
It's called love.
It's called love, yes. I used to have a boxer that did exactly that, and I loved him to death, but that was the only thing that I wished was different about him. He always managed to get me right in the balls.
It's better than having a Saint Bernard that humps you.
I do not envy you, Ren.
No, we used to when I was a kid. When I was a kid, we had a purebred Saint Bernard, and he was the runt of his litter. And by the time he was grown, on his hind legs, he was 6 feet tall. He was the runt. So, big dog. And my parents held off a little too long on getting him neutered, and we knew this because he would put his paws on your shoulder from behind you, and hump. And that was when they knew. Maybe it's time for the balls to go.
Maybe. Just, a thought.
Just a thought. I couldn't have friends over for a little while because it's like the dog's going to hump me again. Yeah, probably. He loves you. He's just hugging you. Totally.
And, pretending he's pretending he's a dolphin.
Yeah, he was doing a dolphin.
He's a people.
He thinks he's a people or a dolphin, one of the two.
Yeah.
And Chaz saying that you're going to be a crazy cat lady there, Brockus.
Well, I've already got the crazy part. I might as well get all the cats. Speaking of which, a little bit of an update for those who have not been paying attention. Vamp's cat Critters seems to be doing okay, and she has enough money to pay half of the vet bills as we speak. She's currently still got the I think it's a GoFundMe, but she's got a thing where if you want to go and donate to actually help the cat out, you can. But Critters has not been feeling very well for a few days now. It's very sad. She's just not eating. She has to be force fed. Right? She's able to drink water at this point. She's drinking water on her own, but she's just not eating. So Vamp has technically, force feed her through a syringe and everything like that. And the doctors dropped it down to two possibilities: either the big C word that we don't like, or it's just an infection. And we're hoping, I hope it really is just an infection. But the actual results have not come back in yet, as far as I can tell. But Critters does seem to be doing much better.
Good. Small mercies there.
Yeah. Just letting the audience know, in case, maybe they actually have been following the story, but haven't seen anything as an update today, such.
Oh, hey, anti-hero. Welcome to MSNBC.
Yeah.
Anyway, thank you for the update, Brockus. It's always
thank you.
Yeah, nice, feel good. Things are getting better before we jump back into the trauma that is this show and our desire to make you cringe.
Yeah. I know there's another story coming. We've already covered the what was the story we were just doing? The vagina casting in solid gold. By the way, that woman needs to be kneecapped for doing such a horrible thing. That's so goddamn gross.
Come on, wouldn't you find that sexy if you found a woman, went back to her bedroom, and you saw a framed shadow box that had a casting of her vagina on the wall?
Hell no. Look, I love pussy. Pussy is gorgeous. Pussy is beautiful. And there are certain women in this world that if I see they're fucking pussy. My dick is immediately like stone and I want to put it in them. Fucking cool. Don't ever have a casting done of your fucking junk and then put it on display like it's some kind of a fucking trophy. Never. Even if I love that pussy, even if it's the greatest pussy in the world to me, even if it's the tightest pussy I've ever had and it makes me come every fucking time without failure, I don't give a shit. Never do something like this. This is just wrong.
You're looking at it the wrong way, Brockus.
I'm looking at it the sensible way.
No, you're looking at it the wrong way because gold of any decent carat, like 10, I don't consider 10 carat to be decent carat, but I'm a snob like that. So we'll just go 10 carat, 14 carat, 18 carat. That shit in the amount that you would need to cast what she did is expensive as hell. So if you are with a woman who brings it out and goes, look at what I've got, ignore the weird and stay with her because bitch has money and is not afraid to use it stupidly. You could profit with just a little bit of a lot of vodka to overlook the weird.
Yeah. Well, and also here's the thing. How many funny times do you think there is Christmas morning if, say, the woman gets the casting done for a present for the husband, but the present gets like mislabeled to like grandma or something?
Oh my god!
So grandma opens the present, and how funny that Christmas morning is. Like, oh god.
So this is I'm just interjecting here. We have a $5 Streamlabs from Ghost Dog. It says, no goddamn way I'm getting my balls cast.
I'm with you, Ghost Dog. It's a terrible, terrible idea. The only reason I would do something like that is because I'm legitimately playing a prank on one of my friends. I will have my balls, fucking molded and all that shit, and then turn that into a trophy to hand off to my friend for his birthday. Congratulations, you've gotten it. You're 35 years old. Now here's my balls. Go ahead and lick them.
Oh, Ghost Dog brings up a good point. How awkward is that if mom gets that and then accidentally puts like one of the kids' names on the present? So the kids open it up and go, Mom, what's this?
Well,
that wasn't for you.
Tom Leach says, it's beautiful. I've always wanted a Georgia O'Keeffe sculpture. Grandma, Christmas 2018.
No. By the way, I highly appreciate that Georgia O'Keeffe fucking joke. Congratulations. You went highbrow as fuck on that joke. You brilliant man. You golf club.
Okay.
Next story.
So, I have 2 Florida stories as requested.
Yes.
Since we've already discussed the headline, I'll just go ahead and do that one. Florida couple built drive-through window at mobile home to sell drugs.
Oh,
A Florida couple was... I'm sorry?
I was going to say, how very entrepreneurial, how very business-minded of them.
I mean, it just makes sense. It works for McDonald's and Burger King and,
Okay, wait. Okay. Has anyone been to a mobile home place? Trailer park.
I've seen it before, but I've never really been in one.
You've seen the trailer parks, okay. I'm assuming these are the older styled versions of the trailer parks due to the fact that every single trailer park here in the Southwest region of America have been compact down to where the amount of legitimate land that you own is very small. It's enough to have a porch and a driveway on either side of the property itself. Now, you can purchase extra room in case the other person is willing to forego the allotted space that they are actually given, whatever the case is, blah, 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 and so on and so forth. You can actually add on to it. You can buy the lot next to you, stuff like that, to actually have to. But for the majority of the Southwest, it's very compact. You would never be able to actually create a drive-through in any way, shape, or form in a trailer park here in the Southwest. So this has to be one of the old school versions of the trailer park when the trailer park consisted of 20 families total. and it was a huge fucking lot, and they all had enough space to have a legitimate house built in that specific spot, but like, you know, no yard and everything like that, except it's mobile homes and shit. And these motherfuckers turned their shit into a goddamn crackhead McDonald's. Fantastic. Continue, Ishtar. What the fuck?
A Florida couple was arrested last week after they were caught allegedly selling drugs out of a drive-through window they constructed on the side of their mobile home. William Parrish Jr. and Mackenzie Dobbs of Ocala, California were Ocala, California? I'm not wording right. Ocala, Florida were arrested on August 23rd after investigators raided their mobile home following reports of 4 drug overdoses in the area. Ocala police said the couple had turned a kitchen window into a drive-through so customers would not have to constantly enter and exit their home, potentially drawing unwanted attention. The house had signs directing people where to drive and indicated whether it was opened or closed. We were seeing some overdose incidents that were happening in this particular area, specifically at this particular location, said Ocala Police Captain Stephen Cuppy. There were some heroin sales that were going on there. Subsequently, through the investigation, we were able to determine that the product was laced with fentanyl. Parrish, 32, was charged with driving under the influence, keeping a dwelling used to sell drugs, possession of drugs with intent to sell, and resisting arrest without violence, according to Marion County Sheriff's Office inmate records. Dobbs, 20, has been charged with keeping a dwelling used to sell drugs, possession of drugs with intent to sell, possession of fentanyl with intent to sell, court records show. William Parrish Sr. told WFTV that his son had been trying to get himself straightened out and maintained reports of overdoses were a lie. Ocala is located inland, about 66 miles west of Daytona Beach, but the drive-thru is closed, people, so don't make the trip. Just, so you know.
I can't get over the fact that nigga's name is Cuppy. Of all the fucking names you could have associated with this story, you are Officer Cuppy. Change your name, sir.
No.
It's it's a family name. That's a fucked up family for letting that name continue on for this long. Did somebody get really high in the 50s and decide, I'm going to give myself a name now? I'm going to call myself Cuppy because that's all I own.
Sometimes you can actually follow where names came from, like Smith. The name originated because their ancestor was originally a smith. Anderson, they were the son of Anderson. Parrish, okay, they were a priest, or they were watching over a parish or something. Cuppy.
I just don't. Nah.
That is more interesting than what's going on in the article.
Yes. The fact that his name is motherfucking Cuppy is far more interesting than learning about this drive-through drugstore, which is a terrible idea. Here's the twisted part. I actually used to live in a city with a legit drive-through drugstore. Here's the difference. You didn't get hardcore over-the-counter, you shouldn't be driving while on these types of drugs, except for Robitussin. But it basically, it was an actual, it was a barn. I'm not even kidding you. It was a barn that used to be, it used to be a barn. They reconstructed the entire thing and kept the structure itself to where it is now a drive-through convenience store. It's basically a 7-Eleven that you drive into, get out, make your purchase, and then get back in. At one point, these people even legitimately would just go and simply fetch the items for you when it got to a specific time in the day, because you're not allowed to get out of your fucking car at this point, because, robbery and shit like that. That place eventually got shut down because they got robbed way too many times. But still, I thought it was very interesting, very convenient. Looking back, I realized I watched a lot of people buy a lot of fucking beer in that fucking store, and now I'm a little disturbed that they may have gotten this idea from that place. But then again, I could just be, taking guesses at this point, making shit up.
Wow.
I mean, it's funny though.
I mean, the Walgreens here, like Tom's, the Walgreens here has a drive-through. I think there's a CVS that has a drive-through.
Yeah. And Ghost Dog was saying in chat that they just want to be the Starbucks of drug dealers.
Which explains the overdose. I mean, let's face it. Who hasn't gotten up to the window, having ordered way too much food and ate themselves till they were either in a coma or they were sick? I mean, it's the way of drive-thrus.
Or ordered a coffee from Starbucks with extra shots of espresso just to wake themselves up and almost made themselves too hyper.
They almost gave themselves a heart attack. It happens. Apparently, there's a similar one in California where a 15-year-old girl ran a pot shop out of her bedroom and her mother allowed it.
She must have been popular.
Yeah, I bet. She's entrepreneurial. I'll give her that much.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, no, I will applaud anyone who actually has a legit successful business, even if it's only successful for a week. I will applaud them for having an actual business of some sorts. Be like, at least you were out there. You were trying. Congratulations. You're still fucking stupid, but you were trying.
You tried.
Yeah, apparently they confiscated 180 pounds of weed, 348 marijuana plants, and 4 firearms through the same county. So apparently she was not the only one. She only had 12 pot plants in her backyard.
Ghost Dog says that his town uses a drive-through liquor store.
Oh, I've seen those.
That's great.
Down south there's drive-through bars.
Oh, wow. I definitely have to quote Drew Carey on this one. Oh, I can't stay for too long. I got places to go and people to kill.
Yeah.
During the holidays, driving on the sidewalk, thump, thump, thump.
Oh, come on. Who doesn't want to hit the drive-through bar along the lines after the drive and then hit the drive-through food store? And then you can hit the drive-through weed dealer. You never have to get out of your car.
No wonder this country's fucking fat.
It's just efficient.
Yes.
And let's face it, these days, who doesn't want to have a drink before you go Christmas shopping? It's the only way to survive.
God. Especially if you want to shop on Black Friday.
Speaking of surviving, Florida security guard documents farts online for 6 months and gets fired immediately.
That's a thing.
Yep. Are farts funny? History has long tussled with this question, and it won't be answered today. However, if farts are or can be funny, then they are certainly funny in the story of Paul Flart, F-L-A-R-T, a 31-year-old security guard at a Florida hospital who has quietly documented his many, many farts on Instagram for the past 6 months. The variety of farts is gobsmacking. That is not the word that I would have used there.
Okay, this is dumb because everyone knows that farts are funny. There's an entire fucking South Park episode based around farts are funny, and there's a follow-up episode of farts versus queefs. Why one is funny and the other one is gross. I think they're both kind of funny at certain points, but I am grossed out by queefs. I'm not going to lie. I'm also grossed out by farts. I won't lie about that either. But that's usually because, like, when I hear a fart, I'm expecting it to come out smelling like something crawled into your asshole and died. So this is done. We already know they're fucking, but the fact that this motherfucker was recording them for 6 months and got fired when they fucking found out. Fuck.
He's looking at the camera very creepily.
He is. He's got the pedo stash is not helping.
No.
Well, it's the look it's the look where that's the person who has locked the windows. They're driving and they're looking at you through the rear view mirror going, yeah, I'm about to let one rip and you have no escape from it.
My eyes are bleeding. Just shut up and enjoy it. Let's see. Where was I? Ah, yes. The variety of farts is gobsmacking. Quick, drawn out, sometimes throaty, and sometimes viscous. And Flart himself seems to be both delighted and troubled by the flatulence he unleashes. You can watch them all in the compendium in the video in the article. No, absolutely not. But it has soared into viral infamy. Vice got in touch with the guy, whose real name is Doug. He started the job after moving from New Jersey to help his mom out and found he had a lot of free time while sitting around at the front desk. The lobby has really great acoustics, and naturally, we all fart, he told Vice, omitting the fact that while we all fart, we do not all fart like he does. One day, I ripped a rather nice one and got a really good sound from it. So the next time it happened, I recorded it and sent it to my group chat. He credits the group chat with innovating his name, and the rest is history. Of course, shortly following the compilation's Reddit success, Flart got shit canned. But in a rare instance of personal brand live streaming working out for the better, he filmed the whole thing. Man, that boss seems like a prick. Flart deserves to be free, and now he is. He is, inevitably, lining up merchandise and a Patreon, and he has big, stupid plans for Flart. We are going to keep making content, he tells Vice. We can do Paul Flart on vacation, throw in like a Hawaiian shirt and a hat of some sort and then just fart around Florida. We're going to keep that going. That is, legitimately, until a better premise for comedy than most actual Kevin James movies. We wish Flart the best.
Good for him.
I suppose if you need a shtick, at least people are going to giggle. I mean, you're gonna attract the humor of, well, people.
Yeah.
Fakest goes, do not kink shame the author.
Optimus, I will never drive in a car with you.
Ever.
It is mean to lock the windows and fart because you're pretty much gassing your friends and it's not nice.
It is nice, actually. Oh no, it's not. Okay, I'm gonna.
Brockus!
I'll be honest. It's very rude, but that's why we do it.
To answer this, are you one of those guys who knows that they're planning on eating, say, like bomb burritos from the gas station, and plans that around what friends you have in the car?
Are you kidding me? I used to torture my friends on a regular basis. I would sometimes pretend that I wasn't actually doing it on purpose and stuff like that. But like I would, this mind you was years ago. I was in my 20s when I did this shit. I would purposely buy these big cheesy bean burritos and stuff like that from the 7-Eleven down the street from where I live and shit like that, in order to, because they were cheap. They were like $1. And they were just the giant burritos and shit like that. I would eat them knowing fully well that they would give me really bad farts. And I would eat them minutes before I went on a long road trip with my buddies from here to wherever we were going. And we would end up having fucking fart contests with each other. At one point, before going to Disneyland, I think, it might have been Knott's, it might have been Disneyland, it might have been fucking Six Flags. I can't remember which amusement park it was, but it was an amusement park. I stayed over at a buddy's house. He and I apparently were having a farting contest late at night. I woke up 3 hours into this farting contest because I couldn't fucking breathe anymore. And I ran outside and I was just, I got some air and I was smoking, but like I couldn't even go near that door. That's how fucking toxic that room had become. It was a fucking a hazard area. It was wrong. It was bad. But yeah, me and my buddies, we used to do this shit all the fucking time with each other. It was rude. It was mean, especially when you're trying to have a serious moment with someone, and then one of my buddies decides to just rip ass in the middle of it. But it's fucking funny.
Wow.
Dudes can never deny that ripping ass isn't funny. Like we will always. I think I worded that wrong. We will always know that ripping ass is funny. It's fucking hilarious.
every now and again I have this urge to say it. Usually when something male has done something like this, boys are icky.
Yep.
All right, you're just. It's a statement of the truth.
No, it is. Boys are icky. I'm not going to deny this fact. Sometimes the crazy left, the extreme left, will say something about men and the stereotypes of us and shit like that, and I can't even deny that fact. And be like, yeah, no, we can be gross. We do gross shit all the time. That doesn't excuse your shitty fucking behavior, but we can be gross. We openly fart in front of each other, at each other. We will rip ass and then cup it in our hands and waft it in your face. We do disgusting things.
Is this like the Jeff Foxworthy courtesy sniff?
Yes.
Okay. I understand that.
The Jeff Foxworthy courtesy sniff is probably the best explained reason as to why dudes will sometimes celebrate their farts. That's just how we are. We're gross. I don't know what it is about most men. We like to smell gross shit. We like to smell our own gross ass BO. I personally prefer smelling good, but every once in a while, like current situation, where I'm just not going anywhere or doing anything because I fucking physically can't for one reason or another and shit like that, I'll just stay at home, not shower for a couple of days, and then at one point I will lift up an armpit, smell, and go, whoo, I think it's time to get in the shower.
What did I just come back to?
Brock is telling us horrible things. But just a moment. Elaine's. There you go, Auntie. Yeah, Brockus is icky.
He's an orc. I think we could have figured that one out.
I think this is icky even for an orc.
That is a good point. All right, is it my turn again? Or is it still your turn?
No, I think it's your turn.
Yeah, that was both of hers. She did the fart, and I can't remember what the one before the fart was.
Drive-through. Drug drive-through.
Drug drive-through. There we go. Yeah, Florida people are fucked up. Okay. Ren, your next story.
The title of this one is, Nope, Those Aren't Mailboxes. Paris rolls out sidewalk urinals.
Wait, what?
Sidewalk urinals.
I almost spit water on my computer. What the fuck?
In Paris, authorities are taking the unusual approach to combat the scourge of public urination. Make urination even more public. The devices are called, I'm not going to try to pronounce that, but the word's there, which combines the words for urinal and pavement. And they're not exactly subtle. They're bright red in heavy trafficked areas, for example, near the next to basically the Notre Dame Cathedral.
Brockus, are you beating your head against the desk?
No, that's not me. I'm trying. It's a piss can.
Yes.
The urinatoire is a piss can.
And if there's any confusion, there is a large white and red sign with an arrow and a cartoon of a man peeing that will clear it up for you very quickly.
You know, I give the French people and France in general so much shit because they are so anti anything French. Or anything non-French. If it's not French, it's disgusting. They hate it. It's, they can be fucking horrible people. Mostly in the big cities like Paris. That's where you get all of the bullshit bias, the bigotry, the fucking hatred for outsiders and stuff. If you go to the more rural areas of France, if you go to like the farmlands or the smaller cities and stuff like that, the vineyards, they fucking love foreigners. They love people who aren't French. They love to meet new people. They love to be friendly to new people.
They love your money.
Yeah, the snotty fucking French people. You're not French. You're a piece of shit. Those motherfuckers. Those are the motherfuckers you will only ever see in the big cities like Paris. But if you were to go to some like small fucking podunk town, these people will love the shit out of you, even if you're like fucking, oddly enough, Muslim and obvious terrorists, they will treat you with the utmost kindness because you're visiting them. You're willing to spend money on them. It's a tourist thing. They don't care. They like people. They like money. They like commerce. But I give France and the French people so much shit almost all the time. I say the French cannot be trusted. They're terrible people, even though I have blood ties to them. This is the greatest thing that France has ever come up with.
Oh, yeah. And they're making it useful. Now, reactions to this are a bit mixed. Some, like people who own art stores, say there's no need to put something so immodest and ugly in such a historic spot. So you have those going, can we not pee in public? Which I guess that logic can stand. But, go ahead.
Sorry. You know what would happen in America, right? If you tried to install these? You'd have little shits thinking it's funny to run along and push them over and spill piss everywhere. And Brockus Auntie is trying desperately to get your attention.
Oh, no, I see. And I love that joke he just said. What's the first thing a French army officer learns in training? How to say I surrender in German.
Nice. But others have viewed these urinals as straightforward sexism.
What?
They have been installed on a sexist proposition. Men cannot control themselves from a bladder point of view, and so all of society has to adapt, says Gwendolyn, fuck her last name, of the feminist group, the feminist group. The public space must be transformed to cause them minimal discomfort. So, we have the obligatory, this is sexist.
You know what is sexist?
What?
Is the fact that they automatically assume that men cannot control themselves under any circumstance whatsoever.
Yeah.
Be it lust, be it peeing, be it farting. Apparently men are nothing more than filthy animals who cannot control themselves.
Yes. And
that is what is sexist.
Yes. And this was France's answer to their drunk people. Their drunk people who would urinate in public, now they urinate into these receptacles, which have other purposes. These receptacles are filled with straw and other composting material to keep the odors down. And the material eventually can become compost that can be used to fertilize plants. So they're going to basically reduce the amount of chemical fertilizer they use by giving the drunk people a place to piss if they're stumbling home.
Sorry about that. I forgot what happens if I switch Google accounts in the middle of me on a Hangouts.
That's fine. So I think it's actually quite an interesting way of handling the drunk population who might pee in public and get tickets for it. Now they don't get tickets, and they're helping reduce the use of chemical fertilizer. They're actually being useful.
I'll give him that.
Okay, guys, Anti-Hero is killing me with these fucking French jokes right now. They are so good. What was it? The follow-up. Why are there so many covered walkways in France? Because German soldiers like to march in the shade.
Oh.
I just bought a French rifle on eBay. The description read, "Never fire, dropped once."
Oh.
These are fucking priceless.
Wow.
Exactly, Tom Leach. They're just thinking, they're forward thinking. They have lots of drunks who pee in public in Paris, apparently. And their answer is, pee here. Eventually that will become compost and we'll just use it for good purposes.
I have a feeling that there will be a lot more pee than there will be straw to be composted.
Maybe.
Call me kooky, but
I would hate to have the job of the person who has to put the straw and the other stuff in those things.
Oh. Yeah, no. You could not. There is no amount of money that you could pay me to get that.
Oh, Anti-Hero again. How do you confuse a French soldier? Give him a rifle.
Zing!
I'm not sure what to do with this. Like, do I use this to open my wine bottle with, or do I light garwals with this? Does it come with a baguette? Can I eat this?
Is there cheese involved?
Will there be cheese involved? How old is it? Is it stinky? Were I to lift my left arm, would it smell something like this?
Oh.
Wow, Brockus.
This is why the French people do not salute, because if they do, everyone thinks we are serving cheese.
What do French female soldiers use as camouflage? Their armpits.
Oh. Oh.
That sounded like you were crying, Brockus.
I was laughing at first, and then I started getting sad because, like, normally if you saw somebody with an unshaved armpit, there were only two explanations: hippie or French. Now I have to take a third guess. Crazy SJW.
Oh, no. You only get the third guess because have you heard, Brockus? There's a new trend of not just dyeing the hair on your head, but you dye your armpit hair too.
I've seen that.
God.
I've actually there's a chick at my work. She's real fucking cool people. She does crazy things often because she can, because she thinks it's funny. And for a while, she was legitimately just letting her armpit hair grow out because, one, she does make consistent jokes about her being lazy, and two, she did eventually get this crazy idea because dudes were starting to dye their beards and do the glitter shit and all that stuff. She thought it would be hilarious to start dyeing her armpit. A week later, I started seeing more of this stuff happening on the internet, and I'm just like, either my friend at work started a fucking trend, or she accidentally followed along with a fucked up trend she herself would hate. She, by the way, is a lesbian and does not like the psychotic left. But that's yeah, she's pretty fucking crazy and hilarious. I swear, she makes jokes worse. Like, if you make the slightest sex joke around her, she enhances it by taking it to a new level that makes you, the original creator of the joke, go, oh my God, why? Anyways, is there more to this bullshit fuckery? That's the end of it? Okay. I'm sure you got another science story for us.
I do have another science story, and if you guys want to, this one will make Ren lose her shit.
Go for it.
Okay, so do you want the science story or the one that's going to make Ren lose her shit?
Oh, what do you want, Brockus?
I kind of want to end on Ren losing her shit, but how about instead actually, let's take a vote on this. Let's let the audience vote. Normally on CNN, we end it with the most mind-exploding what the fuck kind of story for Brockus. But we have now the chance, the opportunity to trigger Ren. Should we save it for last? 1 in the chat for yes, 2 for no. While we actually wait for the votes to come in, how about we just sit back and have ourselves a nice little conversation and read one more of these anti-hero French jokes. What do a French military alliance and a French romance have in common? He will be giving us the answer in just a moment.
Both are brief, sordid, and completely meaningless. Ouch! There was no lube on that one.
What do you call a Frenchman who died defending his country? Who knows? It's never fucking happened.
Owie. We're getting a lot of ones.
Actually, you call him Charlemagne.
Oh.
He's the only partly French historical figure that actually did die for his country. But he didn't exactly die for his country. I believe Charlemagne died in his bed. Still, that is one of those people you can argue. For God's sakes, their most famous French soldier in the history of France is Jeanne d'Arc. Think about that, people. Their most famous soldier isn't even Napoleon Bonaparte. It is Jeanne d'Arc, a woman who was burned at the stake for supposed witchcraft because she had the people's love, and they just were tired of her because she was eventually going to, I don't know, have the people revolt against the entire fucking system and shit like that. I'm just pointing that out.
There was a lot involved in her death.
Oh yeah. The French will only agree to go to war when we've proven we've found truffles in Iraq. Oh, God. That's a Dennis Miller joke. All right, so we didn't have much of a vote for it, but we did get several ones. So it looks like we're going to save the Ren triggering for the very last story. So let's go with that other story, Ishtar.
Fireball streaks over Australia, and the video and photos will amaze you. Skywatchers across Western Australia caught sight of an incredible fireball on Tuesday night, and many were lucky enough to capture the spectacle on film. The fireball was a meteor about 1.6 feet or 50 centimeters across, entering the Earth's atmosphere at about 7:40 p.m. local time, or about 7:40 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and 11:40 GMT. A spokesperson from nearby Perth Observatory wrote in an email to space.com. The spokesperson wrote that the observatory received dozens of calls from frantic people who saw the meteor's entry. Because so many people captured videos of the fireball, scientists may be able to use film to piece together its trajectory through the sky. Scientists from Curtin University's Fireballs in the Sky team are following up on the fireball observations that the local residents have made in the hope of tracking down remnants of the meteor. According to the Perth Observatory, the scientists are focusing their search on the town of York, 60 miles or 100 kilometers east of Perth, the capital of the state of Western Australia. Ooh, excuse me.
You know, just once I'd like a science meteor story that actually is closer to George A. Romero's Night of the Living Dead. Meteor fell down to Earth. Zombies are now a thing.
That would make sense. Meteorites can be tricky to differentiate from terrestrial rocks, but they tend to have a black coating and to feel heavier than normal rocks. Studying meteorites can help scientists understand the asteroids that fall from something, which in turn can help them evaluate the risks posed by larger meteors, the kind that don't just light up the sky. Like the ones in the that'll cause the zombie apocalypse. You know it's going to be an alien virus.
That's actually something I do legitimately fear, because as much as we understand chemistry, biology, and various levels of science, various fields of science, and so on and so forth, every single year we understand one solid truth in the scientific field. We are stupid. It's as simple as that. Because the more we find out in any field of science, the dumber we end up realizing we are. Like, it's just because it took us this long, or because there's still so much we don't know and shit, we get stupider and stupider. And I kind of used a word that doesn't technically exist, but whatever, we accept it.
You got your point across.
Yeah, the point has been made. And so this only infuriates me more when I actually consider the fact that there is alien bacteria out there that probably functions on a level we cannot ourselves necessarily comprehend, but have basically given in things like various different sci-fi stories and horror books and shit like that. And an actual virus that not only kills, but also reanimates corpses. I'm not saying it's out of the realm of possibility, and for fuck's sake, I hope I did not just jinx us.
I've heard of, I haven't done any investigation on it, but I have heard that there are actually a couple of things that will create zombie-like responses. It's like there's a fungus that does that to ants, and I think there's also a wasp that will lay its eggs in something, and basically it'll be a zombie until the eggs hatch and eat it.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of that. I hate zombies. Fuck zombies.
Do you have your zombie plan?
I have a zombie plan. I'm not stupid.
What is your zombie plan? Tell us your zombie plan.
Essentially, I'm going to head north. I'm going to head to Canada. I'm going to stay in the coldest area I possibly can, because even if it doesn't completely stop them, it will slow them down enough for me to fucking kill them all. Also, I will be traveling up north with several women to eventually continue the species, and unfortunately, I am going to need also as well several men to keep the species going and stuff like that. And it's going to have to be several survival parties where we can eventually create our own town somewhere in the Great White North where it's very, very cold, and we can actually fight off the fucking undead that will eventually find us and so on and so forth. However, if we cannot procreate, I will eventually off myself. No questions asked.
Okay, so let me ask you this question. Going up north, going into someplace cold, it preserves meat, correct? Whereas hotter temperatures helps the meat decay faster. Correct?
Yes.
So if zombies are dead and already beginning to decay, wouldn't you want to go south and let the heat help things along rather than go north where it will take them longer to decay and fall apart?
We do, at that point in the scenario, we do not actually know the degree. We've already accepted the fact that whatever this virus is has not only killed a fuckload of human beings, but it has also reanimated their corpse shortly after death, and or even regardless of how long they have been decaying under the ground and shit like that. So we do not know the full effects on what would actually happen. However, when it comes to a zombie outbreak, the cold is still your best friend. It will make the muscles seize up. No matter if the zombie can feel pain or not, it will slow the zombies down a great deal because they are not trying to actually keep themselves warm. And we all know what happens to muscles and bone when it actually gets to extreme cold temperatures. Now, in the heat, and let me just go ahead and point out, we have never had an area of the world where if you are there living, that you cannot actually walk around in and survive with the right tools. If you have enough water, if you have enough food, and you have enough artificial shading, you can survive in even the hottest of deserts on this planet. That I do not like. If you go ill-prepared, yeah, you'll die in a few days. But a zombie doesn't need those things. So they'll keep going. And they'll be as fast as they normally would. That's why the Great Cold North is the best fucking plan. Also, we can't survive in Antarctica for too long, so there's no point in trying.
Those are good points.
Yes. Yeah. All right.
Anyway.
Anyway, am I next, or are we going for the last story?
What have you got, Bren?
Yeah, what do you have?
I have my very last story. Woman claims marriage scam tricked her into marrying a complete stranger during a mock wedding.
What?
A woman claims she was deceived into marrying a stranger in a mock wedding in China. The 21-year-old unidentified woman from Hong Kong said she was asked to play a bride in a mock wedding as part of a training in order to become a wedding planner. She was originally supposed to be the makeup artist. However, she was convinced by the firm to become a wedding planner instead because she can make more money. She received a week of free training in Hong Kong before traveling to the Chinese province of, I'm not going to try to say it, for the mock wedding. However, the woman did not realize she was married until she went back to Hong Kong because they actually had her sign a real, actual marriage certificate.
Huh.
Apparently, it's all part of a scam for the Chinese resident to get a chance to apply for residency in Hong Kong on the basis that they have a spouse in the region.
Can she like nullify it?
She may have to apply for an actual divorce.
Oh, that's just sad. How long has this kind of scam actually been going on?
It's a new form of the marriage scam, according to the article. And it's kind of common, but it's just a new version of what they were already doing. Only now they're using Facebook and the internet to get their victims.
Wow.
Okay.
That's wrong on so many levels.
Yeah. Apparently, each year there's an average of 1,000 Hong Kong China marriage scam cases that occur. So there's about 1,000 a year that are happening. So who knows? It's starting to get a little more common.
Well, yeah. Although, kind of funny when you think about it, actually. What is the purpose of the scam in its entirety? Like, say it all goes off without a hitch. They get married. Okay, fine. Eventually, we can have marriages annulled or even divorce. Like, there are both national and international laws that can still help this woman in this type of situation and shit. But what is the end goal of the scam itself?
To basically get into Hong Kong and get residency.
That's it?
Well, apparently in China, you can't get residency if you're just a Chinese citizen. So you...
Okay. So this is just purely commie China. Yeah, she's fucked.
They're trying to get out of commie China, and they're just using marriage as a way of doing that.
There's also a major imbalance in the male-female ratio, so it's really kind of hard to find a mate there without, going this route.
Wait, there's an imbalance? What's the imbalance?
For many, many years during the one-child-only policy, they would abort a lot of females and in favor of males. I think there's like inheritance laws involved in all that.
Yeah, and now it's like 5, or isn't it like some ridiculous number, like 10-1 for like male to female ratio? So women really, they can be picky as all hell. Like, men have to prove that their families are smart, that they come from good genetic lineage. They have to go through the ringer trying to get a wife. They have to have resumes.
Practically. Or they have to go the sneaky route.
Or go the sneaky route and trick a chicken to marrying you. One of the two.
So, yeah. And there's this moment of silence as we're all just absorbing.
Right.
I mean, we all thought that the dating life in America was difficult.
Bad.
Oh, it's still bad. It's still difficult, and it still fucking sucks balls. So, yay for me.
But at least you're not in China.
No, because if I was in China, I'd be getting paid for literally being white, and they would probably appreciate the fuck out of me, because they would think, like, if we mate with this one, the next generation will look very Chinese, but also probably most likely inherit their father's genetics and be a little taller, a little stronger, a little faster. I think we should...
Beardy.
A little bit on the bearded side. I mean, we won't just have the Fu Manchu. We will have the full Mongolian fucking beard thing going on. The one that everybody still likes to this day, but we can't grow for shit anymore. But there's a lot of positives that could probably work in my benefit for China. But at the same time, it's China. I could easily get fucked over very, very quickly.
Very quickly. Maybe vacation. Maybe...
Vacation would be good, and if I just so happen to come back with a wife, good for me. Hurrah! I pulled it off. I finally got my Asian male bride of some sort. Whatever.
Yeah, there you go.
I might be strangely determined to actually have an Asian wife in the future. I'm not sure yet.
Well, you know, there's going to be someone who desperately wants a green card.
Oh,
You could strike up a deal. She wears, you know, cute little maid outfits and cat ears for you, and you get her a green card. It seems fair.
no, here's a sad story about that. So I have a few friends who used to live in the LA County area, and they used to work in various different bars throughout the LA County area. And in one particular bar is very Asian heavy because this was Little Tokyo.
Mhm.
And so they made a lot of different friends. Now, there is actually, you know, a bunch of fucking Asians who live in Little Tokyo, Little China, and Little Korea and all that stuff. And I had actually heard that there was this woman who was willing to make a business deal in marrying somebody here in America so she could get her green card and actually stay here in America, blah, blah, that stuff. I actually do not remember her name at all in the slightest. And I thought about it for a minute. I was like, you know, I might be interested. It turns out my friend had already talked to her about me and showed her pictures. And for some reason, she decided no, because I don't want to be obligated for sex. And I was just like, wait, bitch, you don't even know me. What the fuck?
Wow.
Dude, so even in a scam where there is no romantic obligation, I can't even get a fucking fake girlfriend or fake wife. So it's just like, you know, when I say I have, you know, shitty self-esteem or low thoughts on myself and stuff, it's because I go back to stories like that where it's just like, it was a scam. It wasn't even real, and I couldn't even make it a thing. It's fucking great. This is my life.
That harsh. So much harsh.
Right. It's kind of pissed me off actually.
Yeah.
I can laugh at it. That's fine. You guys can't. Fuck you. It's terrible.
I want. You guys are SOL. You just have to sit there and be stone face.
Mm-hmm.
That's cold, man. That's cold.
No, as cold as it is, it's fucking hilarious. It is definitely one of those self-deprecating jokes that I am glad to actually tell people, just because, like, I have no problems with the story, in all honesty. I was a little upset at first because it's like, what? She doesn't even fucking know me. I don't know what she looks like. It's not like I'm trying to put my dick in her like all the fucking time. All it is I'm gonna move in, pretend to be her fucking husband, but she stays in her room. I stay in my room. Just get me a fucking Xbox, a nice truck, and leave me the fuck alone. That's it. Just shut the fuck up. Like, just give me the things that I want. I get you the thing that you want. Congratulations, business deal. You know, you have something I want. I have something you want. Neither of it is physical. Well, sexually.
Everyone is happy.
Yeah, everybody is happy, but she's going to make an assumption like that. So that's why I was initially pissed off, because I kind of, like, you know, lost the opportunity to get money and stuff. But later, like, I think it was maybe 5-10 minutes later, I started cracking the fuck up and realized how good of a story that is. And I, at that time, was actually doing stand-up comedy in my area. So I was thinking maybe I could use that story, but I completely forgot to use it on stage at one point. So,
oh no.
I'll figure out a way to actually do it eventually, because I have been considering getting back into the stand-up scene, but it's going to be one of those hobby things that I do every once in a while.
You should. That would be awesome.
You better fucking do it.
Shut the fuck up.
So, it's like 7 minutes till we're done.
Yes. Trigger.
Oh, God. Okay.
Brace yourself. Toddler with a 2-pack a day habit outrages the internet.
Okay, now I'm mad, actually.
Who gave the toddler cigarettes?
A 2-year-old boy in Indonesia has a 40 cigarette a day habit, and the internet is fuming. Rapi Ananda Pamungkas, I cannot pronounce that last name, became the target of burning controversy on social media after video of him puffing away was posted online. His mother, Mariati, said he pitches a fit if he isn't allowed to light up, telling Cater's news agent. What was that?
I said he's 2.
Yep.
He shouldn't be lighting up at all.
His mother tells Cater's news agency she would relent and buy him smokes to keep him from throwing a tantrum. Health officials recently visited the woman and told her she must get her son to stop cold turkey. The health department told me it can't go on, but how can I change what he likes? She said, when I'm working, he walks alone and finds them on the street. The mom operates a stall in West Java, and when she's busy, Robbie wanders around the market picking up cigarette butts, she said. Nonetheless, she said she's been able to get him to cut down and to pay more attention to childlike activities such as playing with his toys. Indonesia has one of the highest rates of smoking in the world and a long-standing problem of children smoking, with an estimated 9% of those under 18 constituting regular smokers.
Okay. I may have started my habit young, like teenage years. But no, if your kid smokes at 2, you fucked up. You fucked up big time. That's not right at all. That's a child.
Mm-hmm.
They should throw tantrums over not getting a chocolate.
Oh my God, the video.
I don't.
How is no one slapping that cigarette out of the kid's hand?
Why did no one stop this kid from smoking in the first place? Like, did they think this was cute? It's not cute.
It's not.
This is not funny. This is highly. Why are you smiling, you bitch? What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck?
That's the fat kid, the toddler who smokes.
Why does this dude look like he's in his 40s and he just smokes like? What?
There's another one.
That's another one. That's a toddler.
The fat freaking toddler.
Where the fuck are these people?
So that's the toddler grown up now.
Like, this is just depressing as shit.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God.
No. Just no. You don't give toddlers cigarettes. Toddlers don't smoke.
Look at her. She's freaking lighting it for him.
Yeah. Again, the only thing that normal 2-year-olds throw a hissy fit if you don't buy at a store, normal, is like if you don't buy in the chocolate bar. Or like in my youngest case, he gets mad if you don't buy him a Kinder Egg. But that's candy. Candy. Not cigarettes. No. And yes, Ghost Dog, me and Brockus are both triggered at the same time.
Tom Leach says toddlers should vape. I mean, come on. Like, wow.
No, they shouldn't do that. That is a habit you pick up when you're edgy and 16. That is the only time you could pick up that habit and not have it slapped out of your hand. And even then, maybe they should slap it out of your hand because it's a bad habit you should never pick up. But yeah.
It's
and Brockus is getting very angry.
I'm very pissed. I don't understand why the universe functions the way it does. There are horrible, terrible parents on this world that do not deserve to have kids. They do not deserve to be happy. They do not deserve a lot of things because of the horrible, heinous shit that they do. There are incredibly bad parents that do not pay close enough attention to their children, or they use extreme negative reinforcement on their kids to get their way, which inevitably does, from what many studies have shown, can result in some of the worst people humanity will ever actually encounter. And I don't understand why these people are still able to procreate and continue and have smoking babies like this. Meanwhile, good, cool Uncle fucking Brockus has to sit here kidless, womanless, broken, beaten up, and consistently every fucking time I turn around, a new goddamn case where somebody's trying to basically steal money from me is happening. Like all this year of 2018, I have dealt with one story of theft after another. And it's pissing me the fuck off. Like, I don't know what it is with me and money this year. I think it's because for the last couple of years, or actually the last half a decade, I've actually been financially okay. I have had some very rocky times, but for the most part, I have been financially okay. And if I had just put a little more effort into it, I would have been financially much better. So I think I don't know. This is just the universe is saying, no, you're not allowed to fucking succeed in life, Brockus. Fuck you. So here's another case where somebody's refusing to pay. Here's another case where you're getting fucked out of money. Here's another case where you're getting fucked out of money. Here's a case where people are clearly trying to charge you extra, even though you paid in full for the fucking tooth removal. And so I have to fucking sit here and watch a 2-year-old and a toddler smoking like they've been doing this for the last 15 and a half years. And it just puts me in a fucking mood that makes me want to find these parents and break their fucking legs. So much that they will never be able to walk again. No matter how much physical therapy they go through, they will never be able to actually use their legs properly ever again. Fucking pisses me off, man.
Auntie says that you should read the joke she's telling you aloud and cheer up.
I love how you called Anti a fucking she from now on. I'm going to refer as Anti as a she.
And Tom Leach, no.
I didn't say she.
Tom Leach, I have to kind of be quiet because I have a sleeping husband in the background. So I can't get as loud as I want to get.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Ren would be shouting. What's the difference between Tom Penoid and a Frenchman? You have to pay Tom to fuck a dog. That was fucked up. What should you do if you run over a Frenchman? Back up. What do you call a Frenchman with a sheep under one arm and a goat under the other arm? Bisexual.
Wow. Better?
Yeah, actually, I've calmed down. The comedy actually did help a little bit. Thankfully, I have actually, all day yesterday, I was in a rage I could not calm down from. Don't know why. I can't explain it. I tried going to various cute animal videos. I tried looking in my DMs because a bunch of people have been very graciously sending me red panda pictures and puppy pictures and all kinds of shit like that. Leaf herself goes out of her way to, when she knows I'm in a bad mood, she scours the entirety of Twitter for it all day and sends every fucking cute emergency, like, you know, puppy and kitten video that she can find and sends them to me in DMs and just bombards me for at least a minute of cute animal fucking videos and shit. And it's a very sweet thing of her to do, but it didn't help. I don't know why it didn't help.
Probably because of what's going on?
It might be. I have a lot of really fucked up situations going on, and it just, every single time I turn around, there's another goddamn problem. Now, I'm going to handle it. Don't worry about this. Like, Brockus has been through far worse in the past. This is nothing new to me. I've like I said, I've dealt with far worse in the past. So I can and will handle this. I'm fine. Nobody needs to worry or anything like that. I'm just sick and tired of having to deal with shit like this, you know? Like, sick and tired of having to, like, just one time, could the greedy companies, could the greedy people, could the fucked up people just not be fucked up to me? Just once. Just once. Anyways, I think that's all of our stories. We were saving the triggering Ren story for the last bit of it. And unfortunately, if this was like mid-afternoon when her kids aren't sleeping and she doesn't have a minion also trying to sleep in the next room and stuff like that,
Yes.
I'm sure Ren...
Igor is a minion. I like that.
Igor's been a minion.
He's been a minion his out trying to sleep, so that's why I couldn't yell as loud as I want to.
Yeah. Igor's been a minion since the channel's inception. that's just how they work.
That long.
That's true, Ishtar. I forget sometimes that you have not actually been familiarized with certain YouTubers. Well, yes, he is a minion. He's been a minion since the beginning of the channel. He's always been a minion. Although with the way things have been going lately, she has been teasing the idea of getting a new minion.
Oh, that Batman started that joke. I just continue it.
Yeah, I know. It's still funny.
Are you gonna apply?
No, she's going to send out the application in the chat, and every single guy, including myself, is going to sign and try to get the job.
Does it have to just be male? Could it be female?
Some of the females will probably sign up.
Okay. just asking for a friend.
Everybody, those tits are fucking catnip for everyone.
Yes, they are.
I don't know what it is. Gay, straight, lesbian, bi, it doesn't matter. Everyone takes a look at those tits. Gay men look at them and go, oh my God, honey, I have never been titty fucked before, but I think I'm about to go and try and experience that right now. Anyways, that was the last of our stories, so we're going to go ahead and actually close it down at this point. This has been the pilot episode for the MSNBC, the My Snarky News Broadcasting channel. I don't know when there's going to be another one of these. I don't know if there's going to be another one of these. Antoine will probably roll forward with this because why the fuck not? It's another show idea, and he just has to get his own panel of people together. I was very glad to actually be here with Ishtar and Ren, my usual Cunt News Network co-hosts, to actually kickstart the possible start of a new show for Antoine. Just choose a different time and a different day, motherfucker, because I'm just letting you know right now, Antoine, you cannot compete with CNN. We will crush you. Ishtar is ours. If you take her from us, you're going to regret it, because then I'll bring on some really fucking amazing female talent that will make Ishtar, this is only if you leave the show, Ishtar, that will make Ishtar look like she's an amateur. Okay?
I am an amateur. I still don't know why you want me on it.
Because you bring in interesting stories that make me think and then hit me with curveballs of why did you just tell me that story involving insects? Ishtar, you evil witch. How dare you?
I love you too, Brockus.
And that reminds me, I need to find more cockroach milk articles.
God damn it, no. Anyways, this has been the pilot episode for the MSNBC, My Snarky News Broadcasting channel. There might be more of these in the near future. Just bug the shit out of Antoine. I'm just saying, might come back. I know this audience might sometimes miss my voice, might sometimes miss my jokes. I haven't been here for a very long time because of a lot of different things. So I might be willing to come onto the channel again in the near future to do another one of these. Who knows? I don't know. So we're going to shut things down from now for the rest of the night. With me was Ishtar from Help for the Guildless's
Army of Snarkness.
Army of Snarkness. I keep forgetting what the fuck it's Snark Army or something like that. Anyways, Army of Snarkness. Of course, her co-hosts are Anti-Hero Broadcast as well as Antoine the Great himself. Ren from Reading Ren from Renelations / Shitlords Anonymous. Two great shows you guys need to check out Monday through Friday. She usually does the Renelations show in the middle of the day, and it's just pretty much what we do here. They read news articles, they talk about what's going on in the world, and they make their audience regret tuning in.
Not regret. They're happy to tune in and hear me.
They're happy to tune in and see your boobs and hear your voice and all that stuff, but they have to deal with the fact that they are also dealing with, Florida man stories galore, or some kind of crazy ass fucking story that Igor had picked up because he specifically wanted to make the audience throw up. Yeah. Whatever the case might be. And then, of course, Shitlords Anonymous is another one of their amazing shows. It's essentially just a later version of Renelations. And then what's the show that you guys do where you watch movies?
That's Shitlords Theater.
Shitlords Theaters, yes. Shitlords. I was on the latest episode. We watched a very interesting one. There's a lot of graping going on in that movie, I'll tell you that much.
Yes, there was.
God damn.
Wow.
Sluts in the 60s. This is, and then of course I am Brockus or Brockus Fury on Twitter. You can, of course, all go and follow me if you're not already following me. I've been your main host for tonight. One time only kind of thing. Good night, everybody. Get the fuck out.
Good night.
Night.